Take the original document, hit Start, and run your copies. You don't rewrite the text from scratch each time. In software architecture, that exact operational logic maps to the prototype pattern. Without prototype, developers use hard-coded constructors, forcing rewrites when requirements change. Prototype offers a different path. Create new objects by cloning existing ones. 3 components execute this: a prototype interface, a concrete prototype, and a client. A highlighted boundary isolates variable implementations, creating a flexible seam. Because the client interacts with the interface rather than specific classes, you can add new object types without changing the logic that uses them. Let's map the photocopy process onto these UML boxes. The original document maps to the concrete prototype, the data state to duplicate. The person pressing copy maps to the client. These boundaries translate directly into the code panels we're about to build. Translating these real-world operations into strict code boundaries prevents architectural leaks when building out the system. Start with the prototype interface, exposing a clone method. The concrete user class overrides clone, returning a new instance. How does the client call this without touching the concrete class? It calls clone via the interface, meaning new variants require 0 client modifications. This chart shows the engineering trade-offs of the pattern. On the left, it allows you to bypass expensive initialization logic by simply copying an existing state. On the right, it adds structural indirection. You must manage how data is duplicated, especially with nested objects. Custom deep copy logic is required to avoid infinite cycles and shared state bugs. In technical interviews, candidates frequently confuse prototype with builder. The distinction is precise. Builder constructs an object step by step from scratch, while prototype clones a pre-configured existing instance. Create a new object by cloning an existing one. That is the prototype pattern. Hit subscribe for the rest of the design pattern catalog, and let me know in the comments where you plan to use this. Choosing to clone instead of create gives a system the flexibility to generate complex objects at runtime without hard-coding their classes.